So I'm here with Major League, and this is...
I'm Brian, I play guitar and sing.
I'm Kyle, I play bass and do some vocals here and there.
I'm Matt, I play guitar and I do some vocals as well.
So, how did your first tour as a foursome go?
It was sick, it was awesome. We had a lot of fun. The bands we were with were incredible, so that made the experience all much better. Yeah, we were like, holy shit, we get to tour with Have Mercy, this is so sick. We love that band. We've been like listening to them since like that new record came out. That's all that's been in our van. Yeah, we were like so psyched that they said yes to doing the tour with us.
So obviously the lineup has changed. Nick is no longer part of the band. How did that come about, and has it really made a difference?
It was just kind of a long time coming. It was like he just kind of wasn't into it. We knew it, and we knew for a while, probably like a year, we knew it was coming. So we kind of were like mentally prepared. And, you know, it hasn't really changed anything at all because, you know, it's always been the four of us writing all the songs and stuff, and this has been the core of the band. So for us, it was just like, okay, well, this is our opportunity to sing our own songs and now, like, kind of do it our way. So, you know, nothing's really, like, changed and stuff.
So you guys are recording right now. How's that progressing?
Sorry, I didn't step up. It's definitely different from, like, the last couple of records that we've done. Obviously, working with, like, a new person, you kind of have that... You know, I think like you're always worried about making that like connection and like kind of getting off on like the right foot, and there was no problem with that. Like working with Will, it's like by now we already feel like we're best friends with the guy. We've known him for a week, but as far as like the sound, like everything that we have so far, Brian started guitars today and said he's like so stoked on the way that they're sounding, like the best that I don't know we can imagine them to be.
So when might the new album be coming out?
It's going to be a fall release. We're not sure what month yet. We're just going to take our time with this. Just kind of feel like there's no rush right now. You know, we're not doing Warped Tour or anything, so it's just kind of like, let's just take the summer off. Let's just really like sit on this and work ourselves through it and stuff. So, but it's definitely going to be a fall release. We'll have some stuff lined up as well with the record.
So what can someone expect with the sound now? I know that there's a bunch of hype on Twitter, both good and bad, from a lot of people. How do you feel about that, and is the new sound going to be different at all, and if so, how?
The whole like good and bad thing, like that stuff doesn't really affect us. We just kind of like, you know, we just do our thing. It is what it is. Like it's, you know, when you get into this, you know that especially on the internet is like such a safe haven for cowards, unfortunately. I mean for everybody though, you know, it's like anybody can say whatever they want, and you know there's no consequences to it. So so that's fine. Like it is what it is. But as far as the sound goes, and this is totally nothing against like any of the old stuff. It's going to be more honest. There's going to be more passion in it. There's going to be, I know it was hard for Nick, and Nick and I had talked about it before, him singing lyrics that like I would write or Matt would write and stuff, and it was hard for him to portray it, and he said he almost felt like he was an actor, like trying to like act this out because he has no connection to these songs. So, you know, that's the difference between it. I think that some people miss is like people thought I was like trying to scream these songs or something. I was just like, no, I was just feeling it. Like it was the first time I was like, you know, this is the first time I'm feeling these songs as my own and not just a guitarist just playing them. So, you know, I think that's the difference in it, is that it's not so much like we're trying to be different. It's just it feels different for us. It's a whole different feel.
I think the one problem that like a lot of kids have is like they look at a band and they just think that like they create just one sound, and like whether or not we write like the heaviest record in the world, or we write a record full of like I don't know exactly, like it's still Major League. Like it's still the four of us writing the music that we feel at that time. So because just because it's not going to sound something like our older stuff doesn't mean like we're changing our sound. It's just this is what we're feeling at that moment. Like I think that kids just need to realize bands shouldn't have like just one certain sound. Like you should like the band for the messages that they portray, like not the I guess fads that they try and hype up.
I love the new sound. I think new sound, I guess you're saying it's not a change in sound, but I don't know. It's like Brian said, it's much more honest music. I've loved every single song on it. There's not one song where I'm like, Every song is just great. I love the way it's come together.
The show, it's kind of random. I mean, it's Danger Kids and Prom Queen and Ghost Inside. How did you end up on this date?
Kyle hit us up and was like, hey, so guess who's playing the Grange in March? And we were like, who? And we've all been like huge Ghost Inside fans and stuff. And he was like, the Ghost Inside. And I talked to Lisa, and she said if we want to play, like we're down. We were just like, I guess we're playing with the ghosts inside. Like, to us, it's like I said, like on stage and stuff, and I said it before on Twitter, and like people were like kind of like bashing about it, like, why are you guys playing with the ghosts inside? That doesn't fit your bands. Like, it's just kind of like, what does fit a band? Like, it's music. It's just, the genre thing is no different than cliques in high school, and that's, you know, that's kind of like what bothers me the most about this whole like scene and stuff, is like people just think that like just because your band sounds a certain way, you shouldn't be grouped with these different people. I mean, that's, you know, that's segregation. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's what our country like tried to get rid of. Like, and like kids are doing that within the music scene, is like separating bands from just being able to be themselves. And like growing up, like, you know, that's why I started going to shows and stuff, was because there was cliques in high school that I didn't fit in with, and there was kids in high school that went to shows and were like, hey, come hang with us. And like, that's how I got into the music scene and stuff. So to have kids 14 and 15 years old telling me, who I've been going to shows for like when I was 15, 10 years ago, now telling me you don't fit in, it's just kind of like, listen, shithead, I've been doing this since you were in the womb. So, you know, I don't want to hear it. Like, yeah, like, it's just like, you know, it's just like, big deal. Like, who cares that, like, you know, we're a different sound than what another band is. Like, we enjoy their sound, maybe they enjoy our sound, and that's what it is. Like, just all play together. Who cares? It's some of the best shows are the big festivals and stuff where it's just a whole mix of bands. Like, you can, you know, Warped Tour, Kyle went and watched Defeater, and then we went and watched Handguns, and then we went and watched Early November, and then we went and watched, like, you know, it's just like story of the year, like Chariot, yeah, Chariot. Like, it's just like, you know, that's the best part about like music in general, is like everybody's trying to do their own thing, and when you're telling people like you don't fit in, that's the most bogus shit I've ever heard.
Aside from the new record, what can fans look forward to for the remainder of the year from you guys?
Well, we have a tour in the UK that starts in May, right? It starts in May with I Am the Avalanche, Turnover, and Moose Blood is on that tour, right? And Moose Blood.
We have some stuff lined up after that. The day we get home, we start another tour. It gets announced this week, I believe. And then, like I said, we're taking the summer off.
Recycle.
This one's for our friend Will Yip. FTW doesn't mean for the win. It means fuck the world. No. It sets Will off. And so we need to spread this message for him.